And be quiet. Well, hello, 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 and good evening, and welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, Living Legacies. Our guest tonight is the queen of micro video. Now, we all know that video is the queen. We say the queen rather than the king, even though queen and king, they go together. But tonight, you're in for a treat because she has so much information to share with us, and we only have so much time. And me, as you well know, by the way, my name is Joy Ruffin. I'm your host for tonight on Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, Living Legacies. And tonight, we're going to be talking about everything that we can share with you in our short time that has to do with micro videos. And we're going to talk about mainly 4 platforms. Now, this lady, Lynn Silva, is really a fascinating and interesting woman because her background of how she came to this is so interesting. We had a little issue with the vocal before. So what I'm going to do before I transfer over is just to check to make sure when I bring her on that you can hear and see her. So I'm going to bring her up now, and hopefully you'll be able to see her. There you are, Lynn. Can you hear me? No, can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Ooh, I don't know
I
how to.
could hear you now. Now I can't hear you at all.
Now you can't hear me. Okay, I'm trying to bring you up so that we can do show and stream. Now you can hear me. I know you can.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Lynn, hello and welcome, and thanks for your patience. It ceases to amaze me how absolutely horrific I can be with these styles, but yet how I love them. Welcome to the show. Wonderful to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
It's my honor and my pleasure. You know, as most of us do, Lynn, you're kind of trolling through and you run across someone and you say, oh, that's interesting, because all of us here who are working online, we're looking to find any and every avenue that we can that will help us to become better at what we're doing online. So when I saw that you were the micro video queen and I saw you doing that show, I said, I must have her on. So I'm honored that you're here. Tell us a little, by the way, as far as your background, most people want to know why you're doing and what you're doing now. Your background, you started in crisis intervention, which is a fascinating, interesting area, but yet you left that to enter into this. Tell us a little bit about how you did that and why you did that.
I did. The reason I left that field, this is this is putting me on blast for sure. This was in California. It was going on 7 years ago, just so you know.
Yes.
But I had 2 little girls, and they were very, very young. They're teenagers now. And we would be on shift on the weekends a lot. And I seem to always have the weekends. So everybody would say, and I'm a single mom. Everybody would say, "Oh, Lynn, just call if you get an emergency, and I'll watch the girls." "Oh, Lynn, just let me know. Just call, just call." And God bless them for being nice. But when, that emergency call came at 2 and 4 in the morning, people didn't answer their phones. I was on call. The girls were way too little to leave alone, but yet I had to go.
I
I
understand.
had no choice.
I
I
understand.
had to go.
I think, Lynn, that there are an
That is
awful
why I
lot.
left.
I think everyone can understand that. There are so many men and women out here now who are doing work that's so consuming, it doesn't leave time for their family, and family is everything. But how did you segue from that into online business and working with video?
I Since probably 2002, when my middle daughter was born, I wanted an online business. And I searched and searched and tried. And when this was happening with the county, and it just was never ending, and I just could not get child care secured. I just started writing, because I'm a writer, and I knew I would be able to make money online with writing. So I was extremely blessed. Within 5 months from the day I started online didn't know how to build a website, had no idea how to get writing gigs. From the day I started, 5 months later, I walked away. I was very, very lucky.
How did writing segue you to video, though? That's, for me, fascinating. How did that happen?
That happened late in 2015, and I had finished all of my, I had everything done, and it was a Wednesday, and there was, 2.5 more days left in the week. So I was bugging one of my clients, and I kept saying, come on, Steve, give me something else. There's got to be something else. And he said, I don't have any more articles, but I do have some videos that I need edited. And
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, sure. Had absolutely no idea what he meant. And so, I struggled with the first couple that I did, but and that was just basic. That day, I downloaded Wondershares, and that's just a very, very basic editor. And I fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it. And then I started like programming my own animations because at the time,
That's fascinating because I think I lost some of our sound somewhere there because of my futzing with these styles. But I think the way that you explain that and how you came to love what you're doing so much, and that just segued into your building this platform that you're using now and working with so many others to share. One of the things that I like, Lynn, that you said in your bio is that now you take all of that pain and agony and drudgery of what one is doing with these micro videos out because you went through all of that yourself in the learning process, right?
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that
Now,
is the, go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Apologies. I have so many things to ask you here. One of the things that I want to talk to, because the time flies here, I like your heading here when you say 4 platforms that all of us in 2020 that we have to explode into our business. Speak a little bit about that, Lynn.
Okay. This is right now is absolutely positively if you are in digital marketing, even if you're brick and mortar wanting to break into the online scene and social media and wanting to leverage it, right now is an absolutely crucial time. And it's the first big opportunity that's come around since 2014, to be exact. And the reason for that is because there are 4 platforms this year, right now, in the next 18 to 24 months, that are in what's called a growth stage. Now, if you're not familiar with social media platforms, there's 3 primary stages that they have. And this is the second part of it. Any of the original big influencers that made it on Facebook and Instagram, they came in and started building a following and marketing and posting consistently during that growth period. That was, and the last time this happened, the last one, I have some notes here.
Sure.
Google's growth period was 2001. And you'll see the history. You can follow it. MySpace was 2004. Then came Facebook in 2007, Instagram in 2011, YouTube 2012, and then 2014 was Snapchat. So we've gone all this time with those social media giants, and we haven't had any other social media platforms come up for 6 years that hold the power
Mm,
to
mm.
grow, to allow marketers to grow. Go ahead. I can tell you have a
No,
question.
no, no. I heard the companies that you mentioned. My thinking, because I'm really not in the loop and working from the far side, but yet I don't think, does MySpace still hold a pivotal point at the top in the social media arena? No.
No, not at all.
So
Not at
who
all.
are the 4 biggies now? We know it's Facebook, we know it's Instagram. Who are the other 2?
Facebook and Instagram are the giants. They're
Yes.
the forever evergreen giants. They're not
Mm.
going anywhere. And
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you what Facebook and Instagram, even though they're owned by the same entity, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, they're the giants. And right now, they're in a completely different ballpark all by themselves, and they're competing with each other. And then over on the side, because they're in a different stage,
I was going to say they're two
they're in a
different, you
different
know,
stage.
Facebook owns Instagram. They are two different circles that they're around, but yet they're competing. Oh, good to know. Never thought of it that way.
Well, they kind of, they do compete, especially with now. The four platforms that every single marketer needs to be on right now is TikTok, Medium, Reddit, and of course, you're probably aware of LinkedIn. But these are the four that are in this growth period. But the one thing, in the last time we had this period, which was 2014, online, there were 1.96 billion social media users. And that was one platform that was in a growth stage. Here we are in 2020. There's four platforms in this growth stage, and we are sitting at 3.48 regular, 3.48 billion regular social media users. So the opportunity is more than four times as great as it was in 2014
Yeah.
or at any moment when Facebook, when Instagram, the opportunity right now is even greater. So, what this means for you and I, and for
Yes.
anybody out there that is struggling, who believes you can't do it, you'll never do it, I'm not a guru, I'll never make it, not true.
That's right.
This growth stage for these social media platforms absolutely flattens, levels the playing field. You can. All you have to do right now is post value and post consistently on these four platforms, and your business is going to grow.
You know, that's so profound what you said and so simplistic. And I'm working with a coach now who says exactly the same thing. In fact, she's turning my head around in the best way. It needed to be turned around. So, but what you just said is so true. The content and the value and how you present will bring you the audience that you need. There's no question about that. Now, what four, you mentioned them, but mention them again. Everybody knows that I have these three names and one is redundant. What four platforms should everyone be posting on regularly today? Say them again. We know it's Facebook and Instagram.
Right. And then there's LinkedIn, of course, TikTok, Reddit, and
Ooh,
Medium.
ah, well, Medium. Okay, well, Medium, well, Reddit and Medium are two different animals, but the four major ones would be Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Tell me a little bit, or the audience as well, a little bit about TikTok, because that's fairly new, isn't it, Lynn?
T- it is, as far as marketing goes. The
Mm.
marketers, big companies, Nike, the car dealerships, they're jumping onto TikTok. But there is still a belief, and I get it every day from clients when I speak with them,
Yes.
TikTok's for teens. Absolutely not. I have much higher engagement on TikTok when I post than my two daughters. And I'm
Mm.
old. So it is not right now. It's in a growth stage, not just a growth stage. TikTok is going to absolutely explode. And there are people on there, they will go on there and do a 90-second video
Yes.
selling. All they do is show a dishwasher or a pendant or something and put the affiliate link, and they're making thousands of dollars, thousands and
Oh
thousands.
my. It's wonderful. It really is. And just knowing how to maneuver and operate and do that can bring you that kind of an income if the content and the value is there. Amazing.
Exactly.
Amazing. Tell us
Exactly.
how and why micro videos are so powerful. Explain to us a little bit more why they are And time frame, are we talking, I heard you say 90 seconds or 90 something, you said that people can do that. But what is the time frame for a micro video contingent upon the value and the content? Tell us a little bit more about that.
So, other than TikTok and IGTV, I try not to have a micro video that's ever over 2 to 3 minutes. 3 minutes if it's Facebook, because Facebook is TikTok relevant for 60 plus ages. Absolutely 100%. Oh my gosh. And actually, older men and women that are on TikTok, they explode faster. Their videos go viral faster.
That's really a good question, Roz, and thank you for that. And welcome to all of the people who are there, because I think that somehow most people, I'll speak for myself, the little bit of awareness that I had, Lynn, I'm thinking that TikTok is more for a younger generation, but yet you're saying absolutely not.
I fought it too. I really did. And then I was telling you a little bit about my product. When the developers were building it, they were saying you have to be on TikTok, and I fought them, and I kept saying, "No, you guys, I'm too old. I'm old enough to be your mama, all of you. I'm not going on TikTok." Well, guess what? I'm on TikTok. So, but I want to go back to speaking about the micro videos. So the
Yes, please.
link is you never want it unless it's YouTube, Facebook, or IGTV. I generally don't have them over 2 3 minutes max. With online business, or when you're marketing online, there's only 2 steps. I mean, let's keep it simple. It's attraction and conversion. And yeah, so when you think about videos, and actually this is it was in a neuroscience magazine that I get online. I think it was, the statistic was at least 60,000. So I don't want to exaggerate, but I know it's at least 60,000. Your brain will process a video at least 60,000 times faster than it will text. And so this means that when you nail down your micro messaging, which is that short, quick, brief messaging, you're going to get lots more information in micro form and a micro amount of time. And so when you think about video, as opposed to, blog articles or text, it's kind of like the quadruple effect, because you have the movement, whether it's a talking head, just a human talking with captions, there's still movement, especially if they move their hands like I do. Then you have motion graphics and special effects. If the videographer has put those in, you have 2 types of audio. Usually you have the person talking or a voiceover, and you have music, which is a mood trigger.
Yeah.
So it's like a quadruple effect. This is why micro videos are so powerful. But if this isn't enough, if you can't remember why video is important, because I just rambled off a whole bunch. Remember this. What are we doing right now? We're on video, right?
Yes.
We're on video right now.
We are.
People love video.
Period. They do. We all do.
Yeah. So if you can't remember anything, just remember that's why micro videos are so powerful.
Well, that's very powerful in how you stated that, Lynn, because everyone loves video and watching video, films and all of that. Yet a lot of people don't want to do videos. They don't want to be on videos. They're frightened half to death. Yet there is that love. So bringing it into this century where more or less everyone who's in any type of business will have to get onto videos sooner than later. It's here. It's now. Tell us, one of the questions that you sent to me, and I love this statement, what can we all do where we can leverage our official time and the videos to position ourselves so that we can explode? I think you spoke to that a wee bit, Lynn, but speak to it a wee bit more. What, contingent upon your business, whether it's a service or an offer that you have, how can we position ourselves doing it general, broad base, that we can be more explosive in this time and era?
So, first of all, I don't want to just like talk about my offer, because there is a way that you can start um, right now with zero money, and that's actually the link that I gave you. I'm
Yes,
going to
yes,
pull it
yes.
up as I talk about it. Bear
Right,
with me
right.
for just a second.
That's all right.
I
I'm going.
have this. It's called a micro messaging. It's an interactive PDF. And I started doing it, and it really, really saved my time and my energy. You know, when you're being creative, at least for me, maybe it's because of my age, but it's exhausting. And I have to speed things up, especially in order to scale. I really had to systematize and automate things. And so I um, started.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want to ask you one question. I want to make sure because I have two links here. This microvideoonline.com, is that what we're talking about now? Because later I want to tell them a little bit about the free offering that you're offering them, but this is so that they can get to your website and find out a little bit more about you. Is that correct?
Micro videos online. Yes, that
Yes.
is my
Okay.
website.
Good enough. Right. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Go ahead, my love.
Okay. And so when you're especially trying to grow on social media platforms, you need to produce content and produce it quickly and easily. And
Yes.
so you have to automate. So I have this little interactive PDF, and you basically go through, and what it does is it sets your messaging up so that it's in microform. So it speaks directly, and you can't mess up if you use the form. It will, if you follow the form, it will call out and speak to your audience, your target audience. And then you just follow it on down. That's the free gift for you. And it really simplifies, but it makes that messaging really, really powerful. And then from that one, and so when I use this, um, I use one sheet. It takes, I like to make it 7 minutes. It's always my goal. But in all honesty, it's about 12 minutes that it takes me to go out and fill this out. But from this, when after I fill it out, I go and I make anywhere between 5 and 10. I do micro videos, but you can use this to even make posts, social media posts. You just, you have to have native content and not have duplicate, or it slows down your algorithm. And
Yeah.
so what you do is follow this, but you change the headline, you change the wording a little
Right.
bit,
Yeah.
change the order, whatever it is. Yeah. And it really works, and it speeds up the process. And anyone can do this because there's no cost to it, but it
Lynn,
really does help.
I love that anyone can do this. I love that anyone can do this because I said, but then I jump right in and I tackle it anyway. But it's not as easy, I'm discovering, as most people want it to be. But yet, somehow, the way you explain it, and from what I've seen you doing, I think you make it that way. One of the things that I like that you had to say was that you've taken all that struggle and that guesswork out of it because you went through all of that in the discovery process of learning how to do this. So that makes it easier for everybody. I have up here now a link because I didn't put it into the bot that went out that people can take a snapshot of, those who are here now and those who will come for the replay. And they are going to get your little freebie, your complimentary gift explaining more about them. And then there's the other link where they go and they get on your list, and then they can in turn find out all the ins and outs about micro video making. Because like anything, it's a science and a strategy that you have to compare and work with, right? Before it really becomes, like you say, anyone can do it, but yet anyone can do it. I believe that. Yeah, I'm learning too.
Absolutely.
Who
And
are the
it
people
really
that?
is, it's the strategy and that micro messaging. You have to nail down your micro messaging. And
Yeah,
so if you have a strategy for that, and the form, the freebie, that will help immensely for you to set up your individual micro messaging strategy and speed things up. just
Yeah,
kind of tweak it and work it to your own. Yeah.
tweak it and work it, and the strategy of doing it, it all becomes very simplified in that manner. I like that. Tell us a little bit before we say so long for now, because the time goes here. Tell us a little bit more about the freebie that they're going to get. Explain it to them a little bit more so that they understand what they're going to get when they sign up and go to
The micro, okay, so it's called Micro Messaging Flow, and it's just a form. It's an interactive PDF, so you can actually type into it. And so it starts with really making you hone in and focus on whom are you speaking with, whom are you trying to target, whom
right.
are you calling out,
Yes.
and so that you address, like, for example, I have clients that are done for you, where I provide services for them,
Yes.
but I also have clients that are do it yourself. Those are two separate audiences.
Mm-hmm.
So my messaging, I can't address both of those audiences in my micro messaging. It has to be one or the other. And most marketers have different client avatars or pivot niches. So this helps you to define and call out so that you know exactly whom you're speaking with. And then you just take it down. The next step is you need to give them a reason to stay on within the first 3 to 5 seconds, to stay listening, especially if it's a video. So
Yeah.
the best way is, I'm sorry.
No, I said 3 to 5 seconds. It goes quickly, right?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, it's three and people freak out. It's 3 seconds. I have the stats, spreadsheets and spreadsheets to prove it. It's 3 seconds.
I believe it.
But yeah, so then you want to start in with your story, or sometimes you're going to have another type of hook, a pattern interrupt, whatever it is. With just a regular post, it's graphics, a beautiful graphic or image. And then I call it proven provoke.
Yeah.
And this is where you're going to start making them realize that in order for them, so they're here and they want to get here.
Right.
And your product, your message is what's filling in the gap in between those. And so when you're proving and provoking, you're making them realize at some point they're going to have to make a decision. And so you're prepping them. Subconsciously, they know, okay, I'm going to have to make a decision. And then at the end with micro videos, there's never a hard sell with micro videos, because you've provoked that and their endorphins are triggered. I really, really, I have that social science background, and I studied neuroscience for quite a few years just because I love it. So you trigger those endorphins, and they just, because you've mentally prepared them,
Yes.
when you put at the end of the video or the post that soft CTA, which
Yes.
is to your Facebook group or your email list, they're not afraid to make that little teeny tiny micro commitment.
Lynn,
Yeah.
I love this ending because the way that you expressed that and the way that you delivered that to all of us, it was really absolutely spot on, because that's what everyone wants. You said you don't really have to get all involved with the call to action. It's almost an automatic thing when you have channel and strategize the way it needs to be, and you understand the science behind it all. Wonderful. That scientific background came in handy, didn't it? I love it. I love it. I can only tell you,
My background, it
yes,
comes in handy
of
every
course.
single day.
I bet. I have no doubt of that. Len, the time flies here. You'll have to come back, because I'm sure, like myself and the people who are here and those who will come for the replay, that knowing more about micro videos and how impactful they're going to become more so in the future, most everyone online needs to know. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm going to ask you for the green room, staging room, but stay there. You'll hear me end, and then I'll come and chat with you for a minute. And you can say so long to the audience for now. And thanks again.
Thank you so much. And I have one thing to say:
Yes.
never give up. never give in, and always, always pull from within. It's been a true honor and pleasure. And if I can ever serve you in any capacity, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Today was a day I really needed to hear that. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll be with you in just a second. This was absolutely, what can I say? Karmic vibes always bring to you what you need. People show up around you who are there to give, to take, whatever, and it's a beautiful thing. I ran across Lynn because I really tune into a lot of the different people who are doing videos on the online network that we're all involved with in one way or another. And I said, I must connect with this woman. And let me tell you, she knows her business. She is absolutely, there's just something about her. And when you connect with her, you'll find this out for yourself. She ended in the way that I think is, I don't think I know, at the core of her is the essence of who she is. And if you're interested in learning more, as I am, about micro videos and how they can implement and put you more out into the stratosphere in the best way, then you need to connect with her. Let me also say to you that here, most of you know by now that we're constantly changing things around. So I put a pause into my webinar that was slated for March the 19th for Style with Joy, Your Joy. No worries. It's going to be, and it's going to come up. I just have some things that I have to tweak and get ready more in line for giving you the value that you want, because I know that that's what's needed. In the meantime, if you have not received a complimentary gift from us here, please make sure you pop in the word style, STYLE, and your complimentary gift will be delivered to you automatically. Tune in to us every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Now, as we move forward, because you are your leading lady, we're going to be doing every other week for leading ladies, leaving legacies, living legacies, and Style with Joy, Your Joy every other week. We're changing the things around, but we're always changing here. Most of you who come here, Roz knows this. She's been with me for quite a while. It's always changing, but you know, change is good, and you got to get with the change until you get it where you would accept and embrace it, and then you can give it out to others. And that's what I'm in the process. Not looking for perfection. There is no such animal. But I do strive for excellence for you, because I know that's what I would want, and I want you to have the same. Need I say, always good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Do connect with Lynn Silva on her Facebook page. Take advantage of the freebie that she's offering you, and also connect with her through her email list so that she can get more in line with some of the things that you might want as you move forward in your career online. Again, be and stay well. Look after you first. Do the very best that you can, and know that I'll be back with you again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the nose, Eastern Standard Time. All the best to you, my friends. So long for now. Cheers.